Hey there, gaming peeps. Welcome to my channel, Addicted Gaming Geek. Thanks for joining me once again. This will be my fifth attempt in completing Attack on Titan walkthrough Let's Play series. So last time when we left the game, Eren had just transformed into the Titan for the very first time. This obviously was a big shock for everyone. Until this moment in time, we automatically assumed that humans were humans and Titans were Titans, two distinct species, which for some reason were attacking each other. Well, mostly Titans were attacking humans and we didn't know why. And Eren transformed in Titan, he saved the day, and now he's been taken to the HQ of the squad members, and he's been questioned exactly why he is a Titan. I can just imagine. I mean, if it was shocking for the viewers of and obviously the followers of the anime manga series, you can just try to imagine what the humans assumed was going on. I mean, as far as we're concerned, Eren was a Titan spy, and that's it. So yeah, this is so the scene we're about to see is when Eren and obviously Mikasa and particularly Armin will make a very heroic attempt through a speech to try to convince everyone that that Eren is to be trusted, that in fact he was fighting against the Titans, not against the humans. But no one is attempted to hear that, and he partially transforms into a Titan, as you can see, and blocks the cannonball from making contact with themselves. I see he was only managed to complete a partial Titan body because he just had exhausted. I'm not too sure exactly how it works. I'm not too sure if other Titans also undergone a period where they can only temporarily take control or manifest the Titan body. From the Colossal, Armored, and obviously the female Titan, that hasn't come across. Perhaps they are able to take control much more fully, but definitely in Eren's first attempt, he completely exhausted his ability to retain Titan form, and a certain period of time has to undergo whereby he self-generates until he can actually call forth the Titan body again. So this is basically what he managed to do, and our three heroes are having a discussion exactly how they're going to survive this and so forth. It's interesting that it hasn't been. I'm assuming because obviously the game is trying to make the the cinematic sequences as succinct as can be, but definitely in the manga and in the anime, if you guys are following the anime, which I'm assuming a great majority of you are, before Eren tries to call forth the Titan partial body, he actually remembers a time when his father handed him a key. I'm sure that you remember this, guys. If you watch the anime, his father hands him a key, and you see a scene which comes across as a bit dark, as a bit you don't know exactly what's going on, and his father actually injects Eren and tells him that after the injection he will undergo some memory losses, and reminds him that the key he has actually given to him opens the basement, and that in order to take control of his power he needs to find answers there, and the key will open the basement where apparently he will be able to understand what actually is happening, and he will be able to control his power. At that moment in time, the cannon fires and Eren bites his hand, as we have actually seen, which obviously that is missing from the gameplay. I'm assuming that obviously they want to make the game as quick and as succinct as possible. It has enough cinematic sequences as it is, so adding every single beat and piece which came from anime would be very hard to do. And that is generally the way it goes. I mean, if you read the manga goes into, I would say, slightly more detail. Obviously, the anime, people generally like a percentage of people enjoy the anime over the manga because it's more visual rather than the manga, which is in the days of graphic novel, which you have to read. And even though I do read my fair sample of graphic novels and so forth, it's much easier, much more visually exhilarating to watch anime, which obviously takes away from the manga and tries to visually represent exactly what happened in the book through animation. So as I previously commented, this is when Armin as a character is, I would say, is physically weaker than compared to Eren and Mikasa, and generally the majority of squad members that compose obviously the Human Defense Force. But his intelligence, his strategic knowledge goes over and beyond your standard hero, and this is the way he's portrayed definitely in the anime and the manga. He compensates his lack of physical prowess by his insight into strategy and theoretical knowledge. He still considers himself relatively weak, and even though he does not give himself enough credit, he should. I mean, one of the examples was when Mikasa was nearly out of blades and gas cylinders. He offered himself to give all his resources to Mikasa, only deciding to give himself one blade. He still considers himself incompetent and hates himself for having to rely on Eren and Mikasa constantly, which is it's a shame, but this is the way obviously this protagonist feels. But I'm sure that as the anime progresses, he will find his own path. Okay, so we're taking control of Armin now, and as always, I will attempt to speak to every single character, just in case there's something which informs me of other side missions or any information which I need to know. So as the little side map is reflecting, every single character hasn't spoken to, the bubble still remains there. Even though the bubble remains, the speech bubble remains on the heads, it does disappear on the side, little side mirror, side map, better said side mirror, side map, mini map. So that will allow me to go from one character to the other relatively quickly. And then we'll go straight into the mission as quickly as we can. Okay. So nothing particularly important. Just telling me generally the perception of the events that took place, and then Eren is a Titan, and things of that nature. So cool, I didn't know this, so I can actually play my past missions and try to improve my current ranking. Okay, I have no interest in doing that right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna check really quickly if I can upgrade my weaponry before I go. Oh, I have a distinct feeling that when I upgrade one type of weaponry with one character, it upgrades it for absolutely everyone. I'll just give it a quick check. So, okay. Yeah. So he has exactly everything that Eren and Mikasa had. Okay. Upgrade. Okay, this is new. I'll go for it. Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm gonna try to reinforce my Scabbab to version 2. Let's see if I can do it for... Yeah, I have enough resources and cash to do it. Okay, so that's cool. Okay. So that's handy. Especially that obviously Armin is still in level 1. I'm assuming so. Obviously Eren and Mikasa have special abilities which might make them a bit more resilient in battle. How much cash do I have? Over 9,000. I don't think I have any need to cash in right now. So yeah, let's go and play our first mission with Armin, and let's see how that goes. Trying to think from the top of my head exactly what was happening at this moment in time in the anime. What comes to mind is obviously after Eren managed to transform into a Titan, and obviously Commander Pixis was convinced that Eren was in fact an asset rather than a liability. He convinced Eren to try to take control of a Titan body and block one of the holes in one of the, I think it was the innermost wall, which is wall. I think it was Wall Rose. The first one was Wall Maria. The second one was Wall Rose, and obviously they used Eren's ability to transform into a Titan to plug, so to speak, the big, massive, gaping hole the colossal Titan had made by getting a massive boulder and blocking it. So I'm not too sure exactly what role Armin had or what the gameplay is gonna decide to allow us to use him, but we'll see. So there you go. Yeah, so as I was already commenting, we're gonna plug up the hole to prevent other further abnormal Titans from coming in. Yeah, I don't really remember the reaction of the general populace of the squad members, but the gameplay is obviously reflecting that even after the commander informed everyone that Eren was in fact an experiment, a human experiment for the humans to use as an advantage, they're not too convinced. To be honest, obviously it's a white lie. I'm still not too sure. I mean, the fact is, I'm assuming those that have read the manga, the manga is slightly more advanced than the anime. You will be able to tell me otherwise, but please maintain the comment section spoiler free for my sake and for those that don't particularly want to know. I tend to stay away from spoilers when I generally do any browsing regarding Attack on Titan. But as far as I know, his father injected him with some form of serum. He has a key. I have no idea where the key would take him. I know it's a basement. So I'm not sure if Eren can transform into his Titan form because his father injected him with some form of serum. To be honest, I still don't really know exactly what's happening. So it's as far as I'm concerned, what the commander said is, generally speaking, is not too far from the truth based on the current, knowledge of the anime. He could be an experiment. Who knows? Compared to the other Titans, I really don't know. Okay, so let's go back to the gameplay. So what I was supposed to do, subjugate the Titans in town. Okay, so I'm using Armin. I have 4 squad members in my party, and we need to just subjugate as many Titans as we can. As a strong leader, Armin is a character Titan in fighting battles. Okay, so there you go. They are reflecting his ability as a tactician. He has a upgrade to focus. Okay. So for those that don't know this, obviously when I have squad members in my actual battle group, I can actually tap down on the D-pad and I give them the orders of focus, which essentially means that wherever I am focusing to, the other squad members will do exactly the same. So if I am targeting his leg, all the others will attempt to also cut his leg. We also have guard and fan out. So Armin has a upgraded version of that skill called Focus, whereby he can give specific orders for the squad members to do, rather than the generic ones. Okay, I haven't still tested it out. We'll see. What I can say is either I'm failing to connect as I usually do, but I almost feel that Armin's damage output is much less than Mikasa and Eren. Generally speaking, I can say with certain doubt that Mikasa had to hit the mini bosses, I think twice in the nape to actually kill them, or generally twice in every single body part. but she used to cut straight through very clean. The general just the run-of-the-mill Titans, whereby Armin is struggling. I had to hit them multiple times for me to cut the body part. So 1, 2, and that's like direct hits, and 3. So 3 times compared to the once, or at least the twice. But I would even say the once that Mikasa had to do. Okay. So I can safely say that obviously that Armin's current battle abilities are level 1, and I've used obviously Eren and Mikasa much more. So obviously that would be reflective of the damage they do. They are obviously leveled up characters, but I'm definitely feeling Armin's lack of combat prowess so far. Just in case. Okay, so let's go for the green dot, which is the little mini side mission. Okay. Now this is one of the, I've said this a couple of times before, but it's really one of the features which I really enjoy the game. when you happen to be able to link across the rooftops and just skim over them and fly, it's really cool. It's really reflective of the game. Okay, I'm just gonna use the special ability. I don't think I can cope with having to hit him numerous times. Just having some difficulty in clicking because it's in between 2 buildings. Okay. No. You see, that would have been a kill with Mikasa, I think so. And I'm not doing anything particularly different to what I used to do. So that took me 3 times. Obviously, had 1 failed attack, which was his, I think it was his right arm. But definitely, I had to hit him 3 times in his snape. I mean, definitely, let's see if I can kill this guy. Okay, so at least for small Titans, I'm able to kill them with 1 hit, which that is, at least is good. So this wasn't, this didn't come out in the anime or the manga. This is something quite unique to the game. Armin had no part in venturing out of his comfort zone and killing his Titan. In fact, he was quite shocked and paralyzed after Eren was apparently killed by the elderly Titan before he took control of his own Titan body. Obviously, he then came across as a bit more confident when he convinced everyone. Good. Yeah, cool. Thought I was gonna die there. As I was saying, he came across as a bit more confident when he convinced everyone that was accusing Eren of being a Titan spy, which he came across as strong-willed and full of confidence. To be honest, I think I'm probably not using Armin the way I'm supposed to, because obviously I haven't used his the upgrade of a focus ability, and I do see that he has stun grenades and another sort of grenade which I haven't even attempted to use. Anyway, let's just try to support Annie in this little side mission now. Yeah, for sure, it's taken a considerable amount of time compared to Mikasa and Eren to dispatch effectively the Titans. And like I say, I'm not doing anything particularly different to when I control the other two characters. It's just taking, Armin does considerably less damage than the others, which I'm sure it's my fault. I'm not using the stun grenades and I'm not using the orders effectively. Okay, so we're still winning, as you can see from the blue and red bar. Our bar is slightly higher than the red bar, so we're still winning. We are successfully subjugating the Titans as much as we can. So as I can see, there's 3 Titans still left, which I need to vanquish. Okay, yep, which is what I'm doing. So let's try to kill this Titan, which is one of the last 3 remaining ones. Let's see if I can turn around, find Reina somewhere on the battlefield. I have no idea where Reina is right now. Okay, cool. That wasn't too bad. Wow, that's a lot of Titans. That's a lot of Titans. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to start using those. Perhaps it'll make it easier for me to destroy them, or momentarily paralyze them. Who knows? The small Titans are still very easy to take care of, so that's good. But obviously the large and middle Titans are giving me somewhat of a headache. They're just not falling quick enough. Just gonna use this to see if it does anything. Obviously, I'm assuming it's prevented him. That seems to have done damage, which is great. Okay. Yeah, so far he's my least favorite character to use. When I use obviously Eren and Mikasa much quicker. I'm not particularly convinced that his order techniques or his ability to use grenades compensate for Mikasa's and Eren's combat prowess. Well, anyway, it's part of the game, and obviously Eren is quite instrumental in Attack on Titan. He's one of the main protagonists, and I'm sure his story hasn't been told yet. There's much more. I think there's much more in general with all the different characters. Obviously, we have Reina, we have Berthold, the colossal Titan, and we have Eren, and obviously we have the female Titan. So there's 4 which have appeared, and obviously, if you watch season 2, you'll know that it's a 5th one which appears. I'm not gonna, at this point in time, I'm not gonna say any more spoilers, but I'm sure there's more Titans that aren't aware that they can actually transform into Titans. I mean, you just have to see season 2's opener. There's a part where you see humans, squad members, and they have a little like yellow light depicting that they are actually Titans, and this must be at least, well, definitely more than 5. There must be at least. I mean, I can go back to the video and count them, but I think there's for sure a couple of more Titans, a couple more surprises to still pop up. Okay. So let's go for the remaining Titans. So the traps don't appear to... Wait. Yeah, cool. One of the squad members helped me break his lock. This is a massive titan. It's gonna take some effort to kill. Just gonna go for his legs to see if I can make him more vulnerable, susceptible to our attacks. What I wanted to say before we encounter this big titan is that I don't see that the traps are doing anything particularly helpful. Maybe they are subduing the titans in not progressing any further into the district, but I haven't taken any notice that they've locked them into place and I'm able to kill them which much more ease. Okay, so I'm going to have to recharge my blades momentarily. I think I probably have just one more hit to go. Sorry, wasn't my blades, my gas. I always tend to get confused with gas and blades. Okay, and I don't have any more, so that's going to be an issue. Although there's two comrades relatively close by that I can just run towards and replenish my gas and blades. Okay, so the small ones are very easy to do. I'm not so sure how many more videos I need to be doing, because I think it's probably if you're using season 1 as reflective, although like I said, the video which I'm making right now, whereby Armin is actually engaged in combat, didn't come out of the anime or the manga at all. After the scene where the cannonball is fired at Armin, Mikasa and Eren, if memory serves, there's a bit of a downtime, and then they convince Eren, which he agrees to push the boulder in the hole, and I think after that the female titan appears, and then the female titan arc happens until it gradually finishes, perhaps a couple of episodes later on. So I don't think there's much more plot reveal to be had. Okay, let's see what happens now. So Armin and Sasha have joined up. Numbers are gathering with the boulder. We won't be able to get anywhere near Eren. Okay. So this part I think is relatively true. Eren did in fact struggle to take control of his Titan form after he tried to purposefully change into it and control himself so that he could actually lift the boulder. And the squad members were actually trying to protect him until he actually was able to take control. Okay, so we have 3 Titan mini bosses which we have to destroy in order to give Eren some freedom or some safety. So this is I've hit him 3 times already. So it's 4 times I need to hit him. Wow. Okay. I don't have gas now, so it's going to take quite literally forever. I'm just going to stun him. Yeah, I have no gas. So I just need to, there's like no point for me to continue killing these guys. It's just not allowing me to run away. The targeting thing is still moving the camera. So there you go. Okay, just need to distance myself from the actual combat scene. Okay, so I very quickly, if I'm able to jump over this rooftop, I'm just going to very quickly go to the crates and recharge my gas and blades. Perhaps I should have done this before, but I wasn't aware that it was going to take such a long time for me to actually kill the titans with Armin. Okay. Cool. and I think it's probably going to take more than just one cylinder, so I think I might as well just go for the other one. Trying to do this as quickly as I can. And where is the crate? There he is. Okay. Slightly weird, of course. Where is he? Okay, cool. Okay, so I have one full gas cylinder and another one to supplement this one if I need to, and I would assume I do. And I have 5 blades is more than enough. It's the gas which I'm particularly concerned about. Okay. So let's go for our first Titan mini boss. I don't know if I can go for the one. Did I? Wait a second. Okay, cool. I think, did I cut one of the other Titan's left leg? I don't see where he is. It would be cool if I could just carry on destroying him. Or maybe he's been killed? I'm not sure. I don't see him. Oh, let's just go for this one then. And this is proving slightly more harder than I expected. He's attempting to grab hold of me, and yeah, it's a bit harder than what I expected. I haven't died so far in the game. I think I've probably failed 1 or 2 side missions, but I haven't died. So it would be a shame if I die right now. Okay, so that's one of his legs cut off. So we have what, 3 powered up abnormal titans and the fat guy, yeah? Although not all of them are fighting at the same time, but I'm just finding myself a bit concerned that I'm taking a very long time to dispatch just one titan, and I have to kill potentially another 3 if not 4. Okay. Not too sure if I should change my orders. I did place them in guard just because I wanted them to guard me while I was trying to kill this titan, but I don't see where they are. I'm not too sure what guard means at this point in time. I assumed that they were going to try to protect me, but I don't see where they are. I think I'm here by myself. Oh, there they are. Oh, there's one. There's one. Okay, let's go for an ape now. Oh, missed there. I'm finding this a bit hard, to be honest. I'm not too sure if it's because of his arming or what, but this guy's just not dying. I'm just going to give them different orders. This kind of be the way to go. Let's see if this helps. If we focus. At least I'm seeing a bit more of action. When I had them on guard and fan out, I couldn't see them at all. I didn't see them helping me out in destroying one titan, so I'm just going to give them orders to follow my lead. And I'm going to use as much of the bombs, stun bombs that I can. Rather use my little special ability rather than. Okay. So yeah, I think I've probably been using Armin the wrong way. I suppose better late than never. His order ability is really awesome. You give orders to the 4 of your squad members to specific body parts, and they quickly just destroy the Titan. Yeah, I should have probably using his order ability more effectively. I don't think I have at all. I've been allowing them to guard me and to fan out. I haven't given them any specific orders until literally 10 minutes ago, or even not even that, maybe 5 minutes ago tops. Okay, so lessons learned with Mikasa and Eren. You can just get away with just fighting, and the other squad members will do whatever you see fit. But with Armin, because he lacks in physical strength, you need to use his orders effectively in order to help you dispatch the Titans. If you don't, you're gonna go through your gas cylinders and blades extremely quickly, and in fact you're not gonna do any substantial damage to the Titans. As can be seen, it took a considerable amount of time for me to kill what would have been relatively easy for Mikasa. Good thing though is I haven't died. It's taken a bit longer, but I haven't died. And I don't know, I probably enjoyed this gaming session less than the others. I found Armin somewhat tedious to use. I know that you have to use his order ability and the bombs more effectively than what I did. That goes without saying. I should have used the specific order ability to target specific body parts, not at the end of the mission, but straight from the beginning. But I don't know, I enjoyed the freedom that Mikasa and Eren gave me, that I could just simply target different Titans and hack and slash the body part and then go for the nape. I don't know, and I didn't have to rely on the squad members as much as I did. But anyway, now I know for sure. Next time I use Armin, if not in the next mission, which I suspect I won't, because obviously now Eren is about to close the hole with the big boulder. Again, I don't know. I mean, in previous missions I was able to guess the character that I was going to be able to use, but because it's deviated slightly from the actual anime and manga, because obviously you never got to use Armin the way you've used him in this gaming session, so I'm not too sure exactly what it has in store for us next time. But anyway, until next time, this will be my 5th gaming video of Let's Play Attack on Titan walkthrough. So as always, fans, until next time, happy gaming.